Hey,
Hello and
everybody.
welcome to a special express edition of Superego Amigo. I'm Brian Jenkins. This is Brad Johnson. We have a lot to talk
Hello.
about today. Brad, what have you been doing lately?
F Jack. Shit. There's nothing to do, man.
Dick all. I am still rather quarantined.
Yeah, same. I haven't done anything. I watched my girlfriend play some Animal Crossing. I've been
Oh
watching some
yeah.
Simpsons. That's
Mm.
basically all I'm doing.
You're watching the Simpsons. You're like watching the early episodes, or of course you are.
I'm
Otherwise,
just I'm just
you
going
wouldn't be
through all of
enjoying
them.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are
Yeah,
you?
I'm
What are
going
you
I'm just
on?
I'm on season 7. I just got into season
Mm.
7.
Yeah,
We were
that's good.
watching it
That's still
last
good
night,
stuff.
and it was that episode where like Bart meets the creator of Itchy, and he's like a homeless dude,
Yeah.
and he helps him out. And like at the end of it,
Yes.
when the company opens back up again for whatever reasons, and you see like the knockoff Bart and Lisa, we were dying laughing.
Lester and Eliza.
Yeah, it's so funny. It looks so good.
All thanks to my kid sister Eliza. Mm-hmm.
So fucking funny.
That is funny. That's good shit.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I've been up to. I've been playing iPad games to keep me sane. And
Gosh.
they're not
Yeah.
there's not many great iPad games.
What are some good ones?
Let's see. I got really bored and decided to subscribe to Apple Arcade, which is like it's a $5 a month thing where you can get like exclusive games. Some of them are all right. There's
That
this
sounds terrible. Let me just
yeah.
say on the face of it, that sounds like some yuppie bullshit.
Oh
That
yeah, it
ain't
is.
no good.
Yeah, like it's not. I'm just doing the free trial right now. I'm not signing up for that shit.
Yeah,
there one.
that sounds like early day Prime Video. That's not
Yeah,
that sounds like
yeah,
Apple TV is what that sounds like.
yeah, exactly.
You got yourself a TiVo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what
There's only one good game on there.
what's that?
Not worth the $5 though. It's called What the Golf. It's goofy. It's just golf, but insane.
Okay.
It's golf for
I've
people who
seen
hate golf. Is how it brands itself.
it's golf for people who hate golf.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
parts of the game will be direct homages to other video games. Like there's a whole section that's like Portal, and
Oh, cool.
and then there's a section where it's this game called Super Hot. If you've ever heard of Super Hot, if you've never heard of it, it's a game where the sort of gimmick of the game is that time only moves when you do. So if you move very
Oh
slowly,
yeah.
time moves slowly. And
Yeah.
there's a bunch of levels that are that style, and
I've seen like things like that. Yeah.
it's awesome. There's a VR Super
Hmm.
Hot that's insane.
Can you only see when you move?
No, you could see
You could
when
see,
you're not
okay.
moving. You could just stop moving and
Okay.
just kind of. But if
Just
you move
curious
your
cuz
head to
like
look around, like in VR, uh, that counts as moving, so time will move.
have you okay. Have you
Yeah.
you ever heard that like if you could stop time, you would only be able to see when you're moving? You ever heard that?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
haven't
fun to
heard
think
that, but
about.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Right, yeah, because no, if you could stop time, boom, on a dime, there's no photons moving around, so nothing's entering your eye unless you move a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
So just pitch black.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That'd be
didn't
a
think about that at all.
I've thought that would be like an excellent concept for a horror movie or like a Twilight Zone, just
Yeah, like a
like
short.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
like where you
like,
could like a.
figuring out that's what's going on and then maybe there's something else that is like maybe even coming for you and
Yeah,
so like you can only see it when you're moving.
that's creepy.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
like a video game.
yeah. Ooh. Mhm.
You should write that
Mhm.
one
Mhm.
down.
Well, I just recorded it, Brad.
Well, yeah. I guess we just recorded it.
I guess we just made
You
an
don't have to.
episode out of it. If somebody
Just jump
takes that
into this.
idea, please do feel free. But also, I would like some money, so give me that money.
Give me that money.
Nothing has to be formal here. I just, you know, go ahead,
Yeah,
steal my idea. Steal my idea. I'll sue you somehow. I'll figure it out. I'll
we'll get it.
figure it out. We'll get that money.
We'll get it. It's our money. Brian's money.
It's already wheels are already in motion.
So, for the sake of keeping us moving so we don't run out of time, we've got like 20
Yeah.
minutes to knock this out.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wow, yeah. Here we
let's
go.
hit them. Let's hit them with it. We're doing
Let's hit
history.
'em. Oh, we're doing history right now?
Is
Okay.
that what could you fit it?
Oh,
I mean, is that what you
I
want to
can
do still?
I can fit it in. I can totally fit it in, but I have two fantastic notes for you this week about just things that I want to talk about prehistory. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
that's what we should call the first segment of the show. We should
Prehistory.
prehistory.
That's awesome. All right.
Okay.
We're in prehistory right now.
So
If
you know
you'd
what I've
rather
been
save
doing?
it, and if you got a bunch, we can just record again
No.
sometime later.
No,
in the
we're
week.
good. We're
Yeah.
good, man. This one's
Okay.
kind of a little bite too. It's just a little bite. It's good.
All right. What's these two
So-
notes though? Give me those notes.
Okay, well, so they're compound notes, but let me give them to you. So lately, you know what I've been doing with my time is I've been trying to indoctrinate Sonic the Hedgehog to my children.
Yeah.
So like we've watched the movie and we've been playing the games. Particularly, we've been playing Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. They actually really, really like. So I have been trying to indoctrinate my kids with Sonic the Hedgehog and playing the games. And I haven't played the 2D Sonic games in kind of a long time, except Sonic 2 I kind of play all the time.
Yeah.
And the Sonic the Hedgehog games, to me, they're like albums. And that's how I play them. That's how I listen to them. That's why I play them. Is like, I want to hear the music from Emerald Hill Zone. And I look forward to the music from Chemical Plant Zone. Like I'm waiting for the chorus to Chemical Plant Zone to hit. And like more than the speed and the loop-de-loops, that's like why I'm playing.
Yeah. Like the music.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's so good. So I don't know where I found these, but I was looking through like some old documents and I got some notes from our very first like test conversation back when we were figuring out how we were going to do this. And so my notes, here's what my notes say. Okay, I will just read to you what they say. 1, hinder. 2,
Hinder, like the band.
Yeah,
Hinder.
yeah. I gotta assume so. Definitely because of what 2 and 3 and 4 say. 2, buck cherry. Yeah. 3, crazy bitch. And then I think your memory is going to get jogged here on number 4. It says redneck wedding.
Yes, the video.
Yes.
There's a video.
Yes.
Yeah, where the bride comes down the quote unquote aisle to Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry.
That's right.
Y'all crazy bitch.
Oh, I cannot abide that song one tiny bit. So now is she refresh my memory? Does she like walk slowly down, like take a step, pause, take a step, pause?
She's like hopping down the aisle, like waving her arms in the air.
Oh, well, I guess that would be more fitting. All right. I was hoping it would still be like a solemn, respected occasion.
No.
Like
I'm gonna
step,
look for it.
you're crazy bitch, step, you know. But you step so good, I'm on top of it. When I step, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then and then I got one. Oh, here. Here it is.
she's not hopping. She's trying to like sexy dance down the aisle. She's going somewhat slow. There's people wearing tuxes, man. They're wearing suits. This is the craziest part for me watching this now is that this isn't even as redneck as I remember it being. There's people dressed like respectfully. This rules.
Okay.
Right,
My fifth note simply says the conversation inevitably eventually devolves into phone sex, but it's not sexual. It's just extremely casual.
I don't remember that.
That's what it says.
So this is
I think
our
like
first time. Oh, okay.
Before we ever recorded anything, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha. And so I think we were just kind of talking amongst each other about like what is exactly the show gonna be about, and that's when our humor came through. Is we just offered up increasingly ridiculous scenarios, and I think that was probably the winner that day. And I remember us like saying like at about 30 minutes into each podcast, it's just like there's a natural pause, and then it's just like, so what are you wearing?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that's hot. It's hot.
It sounds
Nice.
really hot. It sounds sexy.
Wow, that sounds really like sexy. That's interesting. And then like, what would you like if I were there? Like, what would you do? Like to me,
What would we be
like,
doing right now?
Where would we be? And sort of like, what would we, like be doing? Is sort of, you know what I mean?
We'll have to become that show. We can be the best. We're not being the best we can be.
Super cash.
It's not a successful show until I get you off, man.
Okay. History.
All right.
Okay. So, this week I've decided to talk about an unsung hero of the National Basketball Association.
Is it Scottie Pippen?
It's not Scottie Pippen. It's literally one step under Scottie Pippen.
Dennis Rodman.
Maybe a step. No, I'd say a step to the side of Dennis Rodman, not under or above.
Charles Barkley.
You want me to just get to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Charles. No. Go ahead. Keep guessing. Shaquille O'Neal. No, he's certainly not unsung, isn't he? Anyway.
No.
So, like you said, growing up in Chicago, it was all about that Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan duo. Scottie Pippen, he's come up on the podcast before. Many of Scottie Pippen's greatest plays end with him passing the ball to Michael Jordan. So growing up in a Chicago suburb in the 90s, as Brad and I did, Michael Jordan was the biggest thing in the world. He was everywhere. He was everything. Like if you saw a limousine drive by, Michael Jordan was inside, right?
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, it was Michael Jordan was the only person who could be in that limousine.
Yes. He was at every fancy golf course that you passed. He's in there playing with Bill Murray right now. He was single-handedly, without question, the biggest star in the NBA, and the entire reason I gave any crap whatsoever about the sport of basketball.
Yeah, that's how it was for most people. It was just like
Yeah.
this humongous cultural moment where it was
Mhm.
just like something everybody agreed on. There's nobody,
Yeah.
there's people
No.
who the Bulls probably weren't their team, but everybody was like,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is the best fucking basketball
Yeah.
player of all
He
time.
was like all the Beatles rolled up into one
Yeah.
6'6" blackballed cigar smoking package. Heavy
Yeah.
gambling package. Much
Exactly.
more, much more in my wheelhouse were video games, of which I remain a fan as of this writing. NBA Jam, a 2-on-2 style basketball video game with a heavy emphasis on extravagant slam dunks and shoving, might not have interested me except for the fact that Acclaim, the game's developers, had struck a deal with the NBA Players Association to use the players' likenesses in the game. Now I
Mm.
could play as Michael Jordan. I could be MJ. So
That's all anybody wants.
that's
Just
exactly on. So on Christmas, when my older brother and I opened that brand new cartridge, blew in it anyway, blew in the Sega Genesis because it only works when you do both, as if our saliva formed a catalyst or a glue that made the whole thing possible, and turned on the game, we headed straight for the Chicago Bulls. And I knew my brother would want to be MJ first, sure, and I'd be Scottie Pippen, and that was fine. Scottie Pippen was awesome, but I'd get a turn as MJ eventually. We scroll past the Jazz. There was Karl Malone and John Stockton. Go past the Seattle Supersonics. There's Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Can't wait to face those guys. God, they're so good. But MJ can take them with one hand holding a ridiculous cigar. We get to the Bulls, and there's Scottie Pippen and some fucking weirdo with huge white goggles.
I can't even remember who it is. Oh man, the disappointment, dude.
Who the fuck plays
That was the
basketball in
worst.
goggles?
Yeah, but like putting it in expecting to play as MJ,
Totally.
and that's who's there instead. The worst.
Mhm.
I remember renting it and being, yeah, like the same experience. Here we go, just like freaking out, and then it's just not. He's just not there. Like what the fuck? And it's not like now
Right.
where they can just patch it in. It just
Uh-huh.
meant he wasn't in the game. Like there
No,
was,
yeah. No, and he never would. He never would be. And you know, the reason was obvious, that he hadn't given his likeness rights away, and most players in the NBA Players Association were just kind of like in a pool, but he wasn't like most NBA players. He was the
yeah, yeah.
NBA. So, well, so I'm sitting there thinking, what fucking nerd is this? How are we supposed to? How are we supposed to conquer the league with Scottie Pippen, who is a great player, but I mean he's a sidekick, and this goggly-eyed fuck? What's his name? Horace Grant? Horace
Is there?
Grant?
Yeah,
My brother
no
gets to be
idea.
Scottie Pippen, and I'm stuck playing as some fucking begoggled liability? Who the fuck is Horace Grant? Why is he wearing goggles? What kind of team would want a basketball player who can't see? Those questions have plagued me, Brad, for a long time, and today we're getting some answers.
All right. Is this who we're talking
Okay.
about?
We're talking about Horace Grant.
All right.
Yeah.
Hit
To
me.
my mind, Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen were always a made up team, essentially created by Acclaim because they couldn't get the rights to Michael Jordan's likeness. Not so. As it turns out, both were first round picks in the 1987 NBA draft. Pippen was picked fifth overall by the now defunct Seattle Supersonics and traded immediately to the Bulls for someone who was extremely talented, but I'm sure neither of us have ever heard of, and some future draft picks. And Grant was chosen by the Bulls with their first round pick in the 10th position overall. So in 1987, on June 22nd, they both went to the Bulls immediately and started on the same day.
Damn.
Uh, yeah. uh,
So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always just
They had a
assumed.
big day that day.
Yeah.
Like two of the players that would end up leading them to 3 championships in a row signed on the same day. They
It's
like
fucking crazy.
that's an amazing play by the office.
Yeah.
Like, rarely can I applaud like the money behind a team. All right, here we
Tell me
go.
about this boy.
Grant, Pippen, and Jordan made up an amazing defensive and offensive trio. The 6'10" 215 to 245 pound Grant was tough to beat when it came to getting rebounds. And between him and Scottie Pippen, they really made Coach Phil Jackson's famous "get the ball to Michael Jordan" offense a force to be reckoned with. Developing their rhythm over the last few years of the 80s, the Bulls of our childhood won their first championship after the 1990 to 1991 season. In the offseason, Grant, who had always been nearsighted and wore glasses while off the court, was diagnosed by Chicago Bulls medical staff as being just short of legally blind in Illinois. Like
Jesus.
suspiciously short. Like he was definitely blind.
What?
In this, yes, in a series against the New York Knicks the previous year, Grant offered up a particularly noticeable air ball from roughly 15 feet away, and some of the coaching staff repeatedly saw Grant reading his newspaper like an inch from his face. So, while Grant had gone back and forth on wearing his goggles on the court in the past, after game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks, they became essentially mandatory. People who know what they're talking about say you can watch him in game 1 versus game 2 of that series and notice a marked improvement with his goggles on.
Well, so my dude's like
No.
blind.
Yeah, dude. Lo and behold, the next few years of the undisputed, the next few years were the undisputed best of Grant's career. So showing a sudden and remarkable increase in his accuracy and defensive awareness, he was chosen for the NBA's all-defensive team every year from 1992 to 1996, twice with the Bulls, where he won 3 championships in a row, and then twice with the Orlando Magic, where he, Shaquille O'Neal, and Penny Hardaway led another incredible team that might have been unstoppable, except, Michael Jordan. When Jordan retired for the
Yeah.
first time in 1995, the Magic did in fact make it to the NBA Finals, where they were swept by the Houston Rockets, but still. Grant went to a few other teams over the years and was consistently awesome and helped bring the Lakers to a championship in 2001. No, I'm going to keep rolling. I have three.
Yeah.
I have 3 paragraphs to go. Here we go. Grant, who retired in 2000. I mean, this isn't a script. I know all the shit about Horace Grant, of course. Grant, who retired in 2004, is a 4-time champion, an all-star game player, an asset to every team he played for, a father of 7, and a twin. Yeah, and he's a twin. His identical twin, Harvey Grant, also played in the NBA for 11 years.
No shit. On what team?
No shit.
You know?
He played for like a few different teams.
Oh, okay. He's traded around.
He wasn't as good as Horace, and I have a theory. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he had problems with his eyesight. Maybe that nobody looked into. Three of Harvey Grant's sons are also basketball players, and one of them, Jeremy, currently plays in the NBA for the Denver Nuggets. Or he would, only, the plague. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a talented fucking family.
Yeah, right? The Grants.
One of these guys is blind and he's in the NBA. He must be good.
I mean, at least one. Might have been 2.
At least one.
It's just one of them managed to go to the Bulls. And so he was like blind, and he was 10th overall draft pick in 1987.
That's fucking...
Like, not bad. So, after a few years of dealing with the occasional frustration of having his goggles knocked off or made askew, Horace Grant got LASIK surgery to repair his eyesight. But over his career, Grant had been approached by a lot of parents and grandparents of children with glasses who told him that he was an inspiration, that their kids would get made fun of for wearing protective eyewear while playing sports. And they looked to big, tough, unflappable Horace Grant, pulling down rebounds in the paint, drawing fouls, making big blocks in the clutch, wearing giant, bug eyed spaceman specs for a role model. So
Yeah.
he wore them every game until he retired.
Damn, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. he didn't he didn't fucking have to. He just did because of kids like me who got
Yeah.
glasses and wanted a
Hmm.
hero who still played basketball.
Aw. Well,
Good.
that's sweet.
So my brother and I did go on, by the way, to beat every team in the game as Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant.
Hell yeah.
And when we played basketball in the driveway, he was MJ, but I was Grant. I was not Pippen.
That
Eventually,
rules.
I got glasses, and I didn't let it stop me playing basketball because Horace Grant was the shit. What stopped me
Yeah.
from playing basketball is that I was shit. Now,
Like at basketball.
yeah, and just I couldn't get better. And when they came out with NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and they had some nameless stand-in for Jordan with all of his stats because they had like a full roster for everyone in the entire NBA, but they still didn't have Jordan. So they like made just I think they just called him like player and made him like number 99 or something.
That's
Uh
hilarious.
yeah. So when they did that and they had some nameless stand-in for Jordan, I picked Scottie Pippen because my brother had already called MJ, and I'm gonna be Scottie Pippen. I'm not gonna play as Horace Grant,
Well, I mean, it's only fair. You put in your time.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the story. That's the whole thing.
That was good. It's good. That's
Hey,
funny. I always wondered about that guy. I didn't know his name, nothing.
yeah. Horace Grant, my man.
Now I got
Uh,
something.
4-time All Defensive NBA team, 1-time All Star, 4-time champion. All those times with Phil Jackson as an integral part of a triangle offense.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, dude. And 5-time NBA finalist. And all around decent dude.
He sounds. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into him. I've been trying to get more into basketball lately. We were actually supposed to go to a Bulls game, and then coronavirus happened. We had tickets and everything.
Oh,
We were
shit.
gonna go see them. Yeah, and it obviously got canceled.
Is in during the Bulls' third in a row championship in 1993, like the last shot of it was being put up by one of the guys who's in Space Jam, and
Um,
they steal him to be a Monstar.
yeah,
Uh, and
we started watching Space Jam the other day.
oh my gosh, so perfect.
It's so good.
It's let me tell you what's the best part of Space Jam. It's they're like formulating a plan about what to do with these Martians. And Sylvester chimes in and he's like, "Why are we making this so complicated? We just wait until the old lady's gone and then we nab the bird." Like he all he can think about is Tweety.
I'll tell you what my favorite part is. I'm just gonna play it
Yeah.
right now. It's when Charles Barkley is talking to the psychiatrist about how
Yeah.
the girl beat him at basketball,
Yeah.
and he's in the so the psychiatrist is like insisting it's a dream. He's like, it wasn't a dream. It really happened. You know what I'm talking about? It's so
Yeah.
fucking funny. Where the fuck is it? Here it is. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I don't know why. So hard. It's funny. He's genuinely funny. I love Charles Barkley.
Oh.
He's such a goof.
Okay, so I was a little. Oh, me too, man. He's such a potato man. I just. So it wasn't someone who's in Space Jam. It was a fella named Kevin Johnson, perhaps a relative of yours.
Yes, he's my
And
brother.
you don't look alike. Let me tell you that. It said Horace Grant helped Chicago win 3 consecutive NBA championships, 91, 92, 93, securing the third with a last-second block on Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson was the 55th mayor of Sacramento, California.
Like the one and the
So
same dude?
they're in fact the same person. So 55th mayor of Sacramento,
shit.
California got stuffed in the clutch by that guy from NBA Jam who's not Scottie Pippen with the goggles.
Yeah. That rules.
If you learned anything today.
That's what you should take away from it. Yeah.
There you go. All right, sir.
All right. Well,
That was
I guess
our
this is a good
Express
place of money.
podcast. Yeah, that's not bad. I think we got like the usual amount of content in. We
Yeah.
we just did it in like 30 minutes instead of 120.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. Yeah. I'm satisfied.
I'd have a format on our hands here. All right. Next
true.
time we
Bite-sized
we
ego.
yeah.
Next
Bite
time we'll
size
chop
ego.
this in
amigo.
half. Next time it's just gonna be 5 minutes of us screaming 100 miles per hour.
We're gonna be the Ramones of podcasts. We'll release 35 podcasts a week.
Yeah.
Just 2 minutes each.
All right. All right. I'm gonna send Craig on his way, and I gotta get going.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and find us by searching for Superego Amigo. And if you have money, send it to Brad.
Yeah,
And
Venmo me.
he'll make sure that he spends it irresponsibly. Thank you.
Yeah, I got this gaming PC. Give me some games. All right. So long, everybody.
Peace. Well,